Good evening, folks. It's Diamond with the Oppenheimer Ranch Project and Magnetic Reversal News, bringing you a magnetic excursion update. Tuesday, October 1st, 9 p.m. Mountain Time 2024. The second largest solar flare of cycle 25 just blasted off the sun a few hours ago. An X7.1 solar flare from active region 3842. We'll have to wait till morning to see if a significant CME is headed our way as the death toll rises in the southwest. Keep calm. It's boom time. Desperation grows to find the unaccounted for in the wake of Helene. Hundreds still missing as the death toll climbs to over 160. There have been over 64,000 meals served to storm victims so far from the World Central Kitchen. Great job there. The death toll now at 162 in 6 states. And travel in western North Carolina and the upper East Tennessee remain dangerous and unrecommended. More than 100,000 in North Carolina's Buncombe County remain without power Tuesday, according to officials. Let's take a quick look at the power outage map. And we can see there are still 1.4 million people without power days after the storm. South Carolina, the hardest hit, with over 500,000 still without power. 385,000 in Georgia, 350,000 plus in North Carolina. Our prayers go out to all those affected. The U.S. government isn't doing much, but Donald Trump is. He's already been in the region, delivered a tanker of gasoline on his own dollar, as well as truckloads of supplies. And he also started a GoFundMe, which has raised almost $4 million as of the show. It was under $2 million this morning, so it's almost doubled in just 12 hours. If you want to donate, your donations are protected and will go directly to those impacted. Here is the full forecast. Critical fire weather in the north central U.S. with dangerous heat in the desert southwest, as well as coastal California. A cold front pressing south across the northern and central plains will bring gusty winds, creating critical fire weather for parts of the region. Red flag warnings and fire weather watches have been issued, and dangerous heat continues in parts of the desert southwest through Friday, amid a late season heat wave into coastal California. Excessive heat warnings remain in effect for some areas. Click on your county for more info. And taking a look at the latest run in the GFS shows the last thing we need, a hurricane hitting Florida once again. This one's showing up for October 9th. This is the first time it's showed up on any run, and the 9th is not that far out. So we'll keep a close eye on this because this is going to hit in the proximity of the last storm if it maintains this path on the forecast. Let's take a look at the snowfall totals, and you will be amazed at what's about to happen in British Columbia in the coming weeks. Heavy snow, ho, 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 returning to Western Canada and then Eastern Canada by mid-October. We could get some clippers moving all the way down into the Northeast and the Great Lakes with some snowfall here by the second week of October. And all the people fear-mongering about climate change and increasing frequency of storms and blah, 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 all you've got to do is check the data. Here is global major hurricane frequency. I said global. That's the whole world. With 12-month running averages. And this year, right now, is one of the lowest recorded years since 1980 for hurricanes. There is no trend in increased veracity of hurricanes or the amount. In fact, there is a downward trend over the last 4 decades. Get the facts. Seismic update. No quakes of note, but a large amount of quakes worldwide. The biggest rumbler over here in Indonesia, 6.1. Earlier today, we also had an even larger rumbler in Tonga, 6.6. No tsunami warning from that. There wasn't even a tsunami marking up earlier when it occurred. A quick look at worldwide volcano news. We've got Manam on the list, a 13,000-foot blast. Here we can see what this is. Ralentador volcanic activity continuing there today. with a puff to 14,000 foot. Abiko to 14,000 foot as well. Swanosima, 8,000 foot blast. Libotobi to 8. Sungay to 20,000 foot today. Semaru on the list. Nevado de Ruiz, 20,000 foot blast. 14,000 foot puff for Reventador Sabancay on the list. 22,000 foot puff. Swanosima on the list. Reventador, 14,000. Sangay, 21,000. Ebeko, 14,000 foot blast. Sabancay to 23. And Nevado de Ruiz wraps up the list with a 22,000 foot puff. Space weather's the big story. A major solar flare, X7.1, is in fact the second strongest detectable solar flare, X7.1, of the current solar cycle 25. It was observed around Earth-facing AR 3824, peaking at 2220 UTC today. A Type 2 radio emission with an estimated velocity of 1246 kilometers per second was recorded. And stay tuned to our channel for updates. When the telemetry comes in, we'll let you know if a CME is headed our way. The M flare yesterday, well, the models are in, and it is showing nothing. The coronal mass ejection was very minor, and there will be no geomagnetic storm as a result. We don't have the info for the X7 yet, but we will in the morning, so follow us there. Here is the path for tomorrow's annular Ring of Fire solar eclipse. The only people will see it will be in a boat in the Pacific on the island of Rapa Nui or southern South America. Mesmerizing footage shows Comet A3 Chukchislan Atlas over the Golden Gate Bridge, and this was on September 27th. The comet will brighten as its closest approach to Earth the second week of October. But that's not the big story. There is a new sun-grazing comet that may be as bright as Venus and visible in the daylight in just a few weeks. Wow, this could be Armageddon. Astronomers have just spotted a new comet, which might be as bright as Venus in our skies in the coming months. How exciting is this? The comet, provisionally named A11b P71, could be visible to the naked eye by late October and early November, and possibly even during daylight hours, according to spaceweather.com. Astronomers spotted the comet using Atlas survey in Hawaii. It's a type of comet known as a Kreutz sungrazer. These sungrazers belong to the Kreutz group, a family of comets known for their extremely close approaches to the sun. The comets are called sungrazers because their orbits bring them near the sun, often within a few thousand kilometers of the surface. Due to their proximity of the sun, Kreutz sungrazers disintegrate and vaporize because of the intense heat and gravitational forces. But some larger ones survive past close to the sun, and some even brighten, like this stock photo. Electric comet much? We'll leave you links to all the details, and so far the pictures of the comet are nothing but a blurry dot. Here, with slight evidence of a tail up to the north. So hopefully this baby lights up the sky and, well, people go crazy down on the surface. China's astronauts are aiming to land on the moon by 2030, and they're using, well, a spacesuit that looks like the ones we used back in the 70s. I hope they do well. Paleontologists unveil a new species of sauropod dinosaur, and you're looking at an artist impression here. The genus and species, Campaniae fragilissimus. Say that 5 times fast. Fossilized remains found in Patagonia, Argentina back in 2009 represent a new genus and species of plant-eating dinosaur that belongs to a group called Rebbachisauridae. Yeah. All the links below. Higher prices, rotten food, and more. This is what you should expect with the longshoremen strike and how it could impact customers. It's going to be worst east of the Mississippi as dock workers strike. There may be no cars and no produce in the near future. And this is as a Minnesota food pantry bans white people, saying the resources are only for black and indigenous folks. Maybe they should have spell checked that. And here is the lovely woman responsible for it, Michaela Kiko Jackson. She's definitely Aboriginal. I mean, take a look at her. And are we on the brink of World War III? It's anyone's guess, but a massive attack by Hezbollah into Israel earlier this morning looked like this. And you could clearly see there that these missiles are reaching the ground. For 4 years, we heard Trump will crash the economy and start World War III. But every accusation has not come close to happening. But under the current administration, the world is 1 foot from the grave. And as you would expect, guess what just happened? Yes, Israel strikes back. Explosions seen and heard along Beirut skyline as Israel says it's striking Hezbollah targets now. Pray for all those affected. We just put up an amazing video on Oppenheimer Ranch Project on Rumble. Cymatics, in the beginning was the word. If this looks interesting, please support us over here. Watch the channel, give it a thumbs up, and follow us. That's a boom to knowledge. Please share the video. We are shadow banned. We need your help to grow. Become a Patreon. Support the work we do. Watch all of our podcasts in one place, commercial free. But most important, be safe. We love you. And that is a boom.